Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ServiceNow 911. In the series of Meet Expert, today we have a special guest. He has total 11 years of experience and that too in the asset management. Yes, the evergreen thing, the evergreen module of ServiceNow. Many people have doubts related to asset management. So today I'll ask questions which are definitely in interest of the whole community and which are being, considered as difficult. And he will share various examples. So it will be a lot of fun. So with this, please welcome the ServiceNow Asset Management Certified Professional, Mr. VV Ayyappaswamy. So thank you so much, Swami, for giving us time on this weekend, especially. I really appreciate it. With this, let's start the conversation. And can you please provide a bit of your introduction, please?
Okay. Thank you, Amandar. Thanks for giving this opportunity.
Yeah,
It's pleasure to have a session with you as well. Okay, let me introduce myself. So
sure.
myself, Swami. I have around 11 years experience in IT and more than 10 years experience in service now.
Okay, great.
And I'm currently working from Japan, and this is my third international deputation.
Okay,
And yeah,
okay,
so far I have developed, I have played different roles like junior developer, and service now lead. And now I am currently a technical architect and consultant, and you can call me. I am playing the service now team lead role as well.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, great.
that's all about. It's quick introduction.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. So thank you so much. Huge experience. And with this, let's start the conversation. Let me bring
Okay,
my first question, Swami.
okay,
When we talk about asset management, there is a very basic question people always ask: what is the difference between asset and CI? So, based on your
yes.
experience, can you please, simplify that question and tell the viewers that this is the difference. This is the basic difference with an example, if possible.
Okay. So actually, yeah, people will get confused like the hardware like computer servers. Those are we see in cmdb, and we call it as a asset as well, so people get confused whether it is a ci or asset. Some of the items like hardwares like server routers, and these items will can be cis and
Okay.
and also hardware. So the main if we call the ci, then we have to track operation related activities. Okay.
Okay.
And also the ca should have a, relation with the other cas as well. The ca cannot be independent. Asset, it won't have any relation with the other devices, other hardware.
Okay.
And also financial details, if you want to track the financial information or the cost information and the contract, those details we cannot track it in a ci.
Okay. So that is with asset.
Yeah, that is the asset. So in a nutshell, if you want to track the operation details, or if you want to maintain the relation with other item, like if it is ci, then that is
Okay.
a ci. And also if you want to raise any incident, or if you want to raise any change, you can raise on only ci. You cannot raise a incident on an asset.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you want to try like provide any service on if you want to use them in IT IPC modules, then you should maintain those in a CMDB.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. I have one more question related to that. What is operational thing in CI? Operational details.
Operational diesel, like the entity is that entity or thing is already there. But if we are using our day-to-day activities like or the company activities, that is in operation, right? The thing
Okay.
the device or the asset is already there, but if we are using that, that will be in operational status. Like for example, if you uh, run any application on a server, then our
Okay.
server is in operational state. And if you
Okay.
make that server the application is down, then maybe the operational status of that server will be the in maintenance.
Okay, okay. It is clear now the difference and the examples. So whoever is listening to this podcast will definitely understand these basic examples. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's come to the second question, Swami. So you are an asset manager, right? So what are your roles and responsibility being an asset manager in your current organization? Can you please share day to day what you are doing?
Okay. So as a asset manager, either it's a software or hardware, we are responsible for the day-to-day operations of the asset management. Okay, and like administration activities like tracking the financial details of the asset or contractual details of the asset. And like in some organization, like my organization also, they are not a very big environment. So the same person will play the different roles. Like in my
Okay,
case, we I played the role as asset manager and also the uh, asset administrator. So
okay,
asset manager will maintain the financial details, contractual details, okay, and also if anyone need a asset, okay, we will approve that request through service catalog.
okay,
And the asset administrator their part is to create the assets in the service now, or just to import the data into service now, or
okay,
maintain the status of the assets.
okay. So what are the challenges you are facing being an asset administrator or manager?
uh, I can say different teams, like no different teams, they will purchase the assets, either it's softwares or the hardware they will maintain, and consolidating or the maintaining all the information in one location, or bringing all the collecting the information from them and maintaining in a single place. That is the challenging part. And users from the different regions, okay, they will have their different purchase order. Sometimes the purchase order, the format is not unique, and we need to filter and fine tune that information, and bring that information into service now.
Okay. So this coordination with all the
Yes,
stakeholders and getting the data on timely manner is a big challenge.
big challenge. And also sometimes they may not aware about that there is a asset management in service now, and what is the function, what is the purpose of that application, that module.
Okay.
So some teams will work as silos. They maintain their purchase order information and everything, and the asset details in their excel sheets, and so bringing all the information into one place, yeah, it is time consuming, and we need to make the people understand about the what is the purpose, and what is the benefit of bringing everything into service now.
Great. So let's move to the next question. So you have done asset management certifications, right?
Yeah, yeah, I have
So
certified SAM and HAM both.
great, great. So can you share the prerequisites if somebody want to prepare for asset management certifications?
There is no prerequisites. The one prerequisite is like we have to do the now learning course, and
Okay,
to prepare for the exam. The other optional thing or the suggestion I can suggest, like if they have at least 3 to 6 months experience on working on as a hardware asset management implementer or SAM implementer, so they will get a good knowledge, and that will be helpful. That will boost their knowledge to clear the exam.
okay,
And the other thing is they need to thoroughly understand the now learning course. They should understand the concepts and blueprint of the course. And there are some good Udemy courses also available. There are
okay,
they also provide some good additional information, and they will explain in a different way the same concept which we learned in the now learning.
okay, okay. So before appearing for the exam, you must have at least some basic knowledge.
Yeah,
Or
basic knowledge, and
okay.
if having a basic knowledge is will helpful, or the having a hands-on experience is very it is add on.
Right, right. Great. So, what was the types of question? Can you share your experience in the exam?
Okay, so in a with the SAM or HAM the course, they have a blueprint. In
Okay,
that blueprint, they will mention the phases of the implementation or the tiers of the implementation. So each tier will have their specific goals and what kind of the activities we will do. Okay, so they need to have a clear understanding and about that the tiers of the blueprint.
okay,
And the second thing is the roles and responsibilities. What kind of personas are available on Ham and Sam, and what are their roles, and what kind of activities they can perform, and what is the difference between these roles. They should understand.
okay,
And another thing is, so these Ham and Sam, these are the paid plugins. So they come up with some additional advantages. One of the advantages is like workbench and the dashboards. So you will get a different types of reports in the paid plugin. So you will get a questions in those areas as well. So we need to understand what is the uh, purpose, what is the advantages of those reports, and what kind of information will be available in those reports and dashboards as well.
okay,
We should have a very clear memory on very good memory about those tabs and what kind of reports they are providing.
okay, okay. So you're saying like all the dashboards, we understand what are these dashboards, what they are
Yes,
providing,
yes,
and the logic and reasoning behind that as well.
yes,
So these things will be, asked in questions
yes.
in the type of questions.
Yes, and other thing is like interface. So there are so many tables in HAM and the each asset management, and there are so you need to the user has for a person who is preparing for the exam, they should understand. They should have the clear vision on those uh, forms. What kind of fields are there? What kind of sections, and which section is tracking what kind of information. So for the financial information, there will be one tab or section, and for the life cycle information, there will be another tab. All those forms should they should remember.
Great.
And also the life cycle, yeah, what kind of states are there? States
Okay.
and what kind of what is the life cycle of the asset, and in each life cycle, what kind of states are there? Those information also they should remember.
Great. Great. So, Swami, can you tell us the importance of synchronization between asset and CI?
Okay, so the CMDB and asset management, they work parallelly. The some organizations, what they will do, they will first purchase the hardware, and they maintain the information in hardware asset management. And similarly, based on the categories of the hardware, the CA need to be created or need to be maintained in a CMDB.
Okay.
Oh, for that, the synchronization will be handled in the hardware category. So hardware and CA will not have a one-to-one relationship. So one hardware category can be mapped with the different C and DB classes. For example,
Okay.
computer and the server. These can be a computer hardware category in asset management, but in CMDB, those are the different CA classes.
Okay.
So whenever we create a hardware category, we need to mention what CA class will be mapped to this category. By doing that, we can create the connection between the hardware model and hardware category model and CA class. So by doing that, whenever you create an asset, a CA will be created, and whenever you create a CA on that particular class, as the asset also will be created in asset management.
Okay.
And you can stop this behavior by there is a checkbox called enforce CI verification. So
Okay.
if you click that, if you select that, that means the CMDB owner, they have to confirm confirm and create the asset. That is the another option. And there will be some models, right? Like even for the same category, like computer category, there will be so many the computer models. In the computer model also, you can control like whether you want to create a CA or the asset for this model, or do you want to leave it to the category configuration? And there are so many fields. Okay, like for example, name and assign to who assigned to that asset or CA, and state and location. Those informations. There's a multiple fields.
Okay.
Those are those will be synced between CA and asset. So in out of the box there are two business rules. So we need to, whenever you are creating a new custom fields or when you want doing the customization, you need
Mm-hmm.
to cross check like whether those fields are included and like added in those business rules, because those business rule will take care about syncing the information between these two, between asset and CA.
Okay.
Okay, and also if they are creating the custom states, okay, we need to maintain those state mapping between asset and also CA. Yeah, generally whenever the synchronization will done automatically, but if there is any in case of any chance, if the asset and CA is not synced, then we can check in asset creation queue. There is a table there you can see if you want to see any delay or like any area errors, you can track there.
Okay. Okay. People are generally confused between asset management, hardware asset management, software asset management, and IT asset management. So these are the three, four terms. So can you please elaborate these terms?
Okay, so asset management means they track about the fixed assets. Some that can be fixed asset or the in any kind of asset, like infrastructure or office furniture. Okay, and maybe like a real estate asset. The anything that can be anything. The asset, but IT asset management means the assets which are related to IT. Like for example, infrastructure may not be a IT asset, where the IT team want to track and they value the asset. Okay, and that asset will have a defined period of time for usage.
Okay.
Okay, uh, that should be the IT asset. For example, like a hardware asset. uh, Hardware, every laptop or server, everything will have some certain period of time to use. They will have a end of life period. So in that is the IT asset, IT asset, and IT asset it will divided into two parts. First one is the hardware asset, and the second one is the software asset. So in ServiceNow, uh, the out of the box functionality is the IT asset management. That
Okay.
won't, but if you want to track the hardware assets, and then hardware asset management, it will have different features like contract management and purchase order management. And software asset management means uh, it deals only about the software license of infrastructure.
Okay.
Mm.
What is the relation between asset management and discovery?
Okay, so discovery, it will discover the infrastructure. Okay, and it will create the CIs in our CMDB.
Okay.
Whether it can be a server or generally discovery will focus on the uh, data center, uh, and it will create the CS about servers and the routers, network devices, and also it will discover the softwares installed in the data center
Okay.
components. Okay, so that's how the CS discovery will populate the CA information. And for those kind of hardware, if it is a if the some kind of CA classes will be comes in hardware management as well, right? So if we enable the synchronization, then whenever the discovery creates a CI, that CI will have a asset in asset management.
Okay.
And if you want to track the softwares in the softwares of a company, uh, those installed software information we need, that will populate in the cmdb, and under the cmdb you will find it under the software installation table. Okay, and parallelly this discovery will create the software discovery model. So discovery is a very crucial if you want to maintain your hardware assets and also your software assets.
Hmm.
And the software asset management, again, it will track the track the um, consumption by tracking with the who is the person assigned to that software, and what is the device is assigned to that software.
Yeah,
Am I
great.
clear?
Yeah, it's clear. One thing, what are the challenges you are facing in software asset management?
The main challenge is entitlement handling. Same like as I explained earlier. So bringing the uh, contra like purchase order information and contract information from the different teams into ServiceNow, that is the main challenge. And the second thing is tracking the software utilization.
Okay,
Tracking the software utilization, you can using this discovery, you can track that who recently used that software,
okay,
and who recently used, and you can get that information service now. And based on the to reduce the software to optimize the value, to get the value from the software asset management, we need to uninstall the software where the user is not at all using, right? But this is, I can say, this kind of operational challenge, like we need to make the user to understand, to convince the users, like if they don't they are not using, then we need to uninstall the software from their PC or the machine.
so Swami, what is your memorable project? Can you share one of your recent project which you did and it is doing great?
Okay, so one project, they don't want to invest much on the software pro version, software asset management professional version. They want to go with the out of the box foundation version.
Okay,
Okay, so there we have created a, uh service catalog. That service catalog will the every department, they can submit they can submit the request, and to enter their software information into ServiceNow. We have created a very big catalog item, and that has three four two approvals and three four manual tasks. So where the asset asset administrator, they will validate the information provided by the teams, because those purchase orders will have a different formats. So those information, the asset administrator team, they will validate, and they will fill the information in the same form. And once they submit that, once they close the ticket, then
okay,
I have collected that information, everything from the backend, and loaded into the entitlement tables. That is a
okay,
very challenging task, because there are multiple teams in our team, the departments in our project. So uh, building that catalog item, it helps. That was helpful in maintaining the entitlement information. And second thing is uh, reminding the software owner when when the software is reaching the end of the life, or the contract is reaching the contract end date.
okay.
So on the customer want to uh, send a reminder to the each software owner with the list in that notification they want to see all the list of the softwares which they are holding, and what are the softwares going to expire in this current month, coming month, and in the coming next 2 quarters. They want to uh, see all the information in the notification body, not a report.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I created that schedule job and very big uh, customized notification to populate that information.
Okay. Okay. Great. Amazing. You are a asset management SME. So being a SME, if a customer want to start asset management for their organization, so what are the steps they has to follow? So what is the guidelines you can provide for that customer? From where they
Okay.
should start and from how they should proceed?
Every customer they want to they struggle a lot to identify what are the area, what are kind of asset they have invested, and how to get the value or benefit from those assets and optimize the spendings. So either, either it is a ham or a sam. First, the customer should know what they have, what they are holding. So for that, to use that to start that in service now, first we need to get some foundational data.
Okay.
Foundational data, uh, what kind of what are the who are the what are the users they are having, and what kind of locations and the company information, and for example, if it is a ham area, hardware asset management, they need to get the collect the stock rooms information, and track that information and maintain that move that information to ServiceNow. Okay, so and
Okay.
after that, then they need to understand what they're holding. That is called, we call it as a entitlement information, and
Okay.
the customer have to collect that information, consolidate and filter that provide that information as a service now SME. We will filter that information and move that information into service now. Then using using that asset, either software or hardware, we need to track who is using that the asset, and after that, using the out of the box dashboards, or we can implement our own dashboards, like what kind of information they want to track from the what the information they are holding, what we are holding.
Okay. Okay.
The customer now they have all the entitled information licenses, and maybe the end user they may not aware about what the customer have the licenses what we can use. So you from once you bring that entitlements or license information in service now, we can create a service catalog item for each hardware model or software model.
Okay.
Okay, so once we create a service catalog or the service catalog for hardware or a software, then we can our workflow process we need to build, like what level of approvals you want to give, and the fulfillment process. Either you can auto assign the uh, asset based on the stock, or do you want to purchase go for the purchase. So those kind of activities, fulfillment activities, we need to keep it in our workflow. And
Right.
the second thing, and parallelly we need to integrate our purchasing applications. The service each customer will have their own purchasing applications. Those
Okay.
need to be integrated with the service now, so that whenever the user raise a request, if the stock is not available, then we using the purchasing applications, we can we can send a request for the new assets.
Okay.
Okay, this is how about uh, maintaining the existing information, and the handling the customer end user request. And on top of that, then the next level is next thing is how to that is about maintaining the licenses, for example, or maintaining the license or maintaining the assets. Okay, so for example, if you have a lot of software, if you have a laptop or any hardware device, those will have a problem. So the user will raise a request, the raise an incident in the ITSM, I say ITSM module, right?
Okay.
So we need to uh, define the process, how the user can uh, incidents on the if they want any additional support on that assets. And and the final thing is uh, auditing, because the customer want to track like what they have hold. Maybe they purchase for the 10,000 devices, but they found very less devices in the real time. So
Okay.
right, so to create like having the regular checkups or regular audits is helpful to track the inventory effectively.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so they need to create the uh, process on about auditing per audits, regular audits. And for softwares, they need to configure the reconciliation jobs. So they will check whether how many softwares customer is holding and how many softwares they are already using, or whether excessive softwares are the less softwares. Based on that, they will get whether they are overutilized or underutilized. Based on that, they can take the uh, uh, next action, like in the next cycle, whether they want to extend the license or they want to reduce the cost.
Okay. Okay. So Swami, let's move to the next question. Let's talk about reporting. So,
Okay.
what kind of reports we are using in asset management? As you see, reporting is one of the most important thing in asset management, right? So, what type of reports you are using generally? Can you please share something like that?
Yeah, okay. So generally, like every asset manager, they want to see uh, what kind of the assets they're reaching the end of life, or they're reaching the end of end of the license date.
Okay.
So that is a very important report they want to see on like very regular interval. And they want to see how many assets are reaching the end of the life in the down the period, like 1 year and in the next coming quarters. And
Okay.
similarly, the software licenses which are reaching the license candidate in down the period.
Okay.
And also, because we purchase these assets or the softwares from the different vendors, so categorizing or generating the reports based on the manufacturer or the model, and also manufacturer of the asset or manufacturer of the software, also very important, because to negotiate with the manufacturer for the next purchase. If you
Okay.
know like how many licenses we need from that manufacturer, that will helpful to negotiate and reduce the purchasing cost.
Okay.
Okay. And the another thing is, as a hardware asset management manager, they want to see accuracy of the information in service now, whether
Okay.
the information is accurate, uh, and what is that we can say that is a health of the hardware asset management, how accurate whether the information, and also uh, if it is a hardware, then what is the for like what kind of assets recently found in the audit or the discovery. So you have
Okay.
yeah, recently identified, recent discovered asset, or the recently audited information also important, whether how many records we are missing from our
Okay.
inventory. And
Okay.
also health of the asset, like how frequently people are raising the incidents on the assets. If that asset is getting more incidents very frequently, then the health of the asset is not good. So then we may need to depreciate that asset.
Okay. Okay. So all these reports are available out of box, or we have to create these?
Most of the reports are available out of the box, but we need to do some customizations.
Okay. Okay. Depends on the requirements basically.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay. So great example, great explanation, Swami. Let's move to the next question. Can you share some information regarding the licensing metrics especially?
Uh, okay. So yeah, generally in software asset management, the soft we calculate the license utilization by the device per device, are based on the per user utilization. The if that if one user assigned to that asset or the software, then we can calculate that one as a one i- that is a one utilization, and that is the common metric. It comes with out of the box the vanilla flavor license. I mean vanilla flavor of the application.
Okay.
But some of the softwares, they can they we calculate the utilization based on the CPU count, like a hum
Okay.
in a if you install that software in a device which has more CPU core count or CPU count, right? Based on the CPU count or core count, we will calculate the license utilization.
Okay. Can you give
O-
example
Okay,
for
yeah.
this?
For example, like Oracle or IBM,
Mm-hmm.
those softwares they calculate the utilization based on the core or the CPU count.
So great explanation. I think the examples which you have given are great. People will be able to understand it and correlate with their organizations. So with this, Swami, I'm done with all my questions, and I really appreciate uh, your explanation, the knowledge which you are sharing with us. Thank you so much. So before winding up, do you want to say anything?
No, Mender, I'm really happy and want to thank you about thank you for the arranging this session. And yeah,
No problem. My pleasure.
I enjoyed this discussion. I
Great, great.
future want to see more kind of more similar discussions in other areas.
Sure, I'll try my best. And once again, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mender.